Good morning. Good morning. All right. This is my new Kindle book, The Fast Shortcut to Productivity for Agency Owners. It's a short read. That means it's about 20 pages or so. And yes, I could write a 150 page book on it. I was quoted on this topic in Inc. magazine many years ago and several other publications. And so I could go deep on it, but I want you to be able to use it. And that's why I write these short read things so that you can get the information and not have to flip back through 60 pages looking for some idea, right? That you know is in there. It's short, it's quick, it's to the point. There's no fluff, right? So you get in there. And if you think a lot of agency founders feel like they have ADHD and they can't get anything done, they can't focus, they don't know what to focus on, right? This book will give you the tools to help out. So we're continuing on that today. This is a 12 weeks to peak video that focuses on new agency founders. So in a group yesterday, a major group on Facebook, the best group on Facebook, as far as I'm concerned, the question was asked, any advice for a new agency founder? Just straight up like that. And so this is interesting because right away, I know the guy doesn't have much experience who asked because he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And that's fine, right? Otherwise, he would ask a more specific question, right? So I decided to answer it, and it got some good results. And so I turned that into this month's blog post today. And I'm just going to go over what I wrote there in case you don't feel like reading. We'll cover it here, okay? So my answer is, for the new agency founder, you need to focus on revenue generating activities, okay? And there are lots of activities that look like they might be revenue generating or lead to that, but actually aren't, okay? So playing around with your website is not revenue generating activity. Moving this around, picking colors, stuff like that, it's not revenue generating activity, okay? Fiddling with your offer is not revenue generating activity, particularly if you haven't had any conversations with your target market yet and you don't know what they want. That's just blind shooting, guessing, right? Not good. Okay. And similarly, writing copy is not revenue generating activity. And I thought, well, I'm going to get some pushback on that one. So I'll explain it a little more here. Once again, if you haven't confirmed what your target market wants, what they value, what value you are going to provide, and you go and write copy, you're probably wasting your time. And I've done this myself. I've gone and had a brainwave and created an offer and put it out in front of people and sold one or two. And it should have been a hell of a lot better. And it's because I really didn't find out what was going on with the target market. So writing copy is not revenue generating activity. Here, this one's funny. Cleaning the company bathroom is not revenue generating activity. And yet I have seen over the years founders do this, try to hide from their business and do this thinking that they're being effective. Well, I did something, right? No. Okay. Here's what you need to do to be effective. Okay. Revenue generating activity sounds like this: getting conversations with qualified prospects. All right. You get conversations with qualified prospects and actually talk to them. I don't care how bad at selling you are. I don't care how little you know your target market or how slushy your offer is right now. You will make sales, okay, if you talk to enough of them. That's very, very important because you'll hone in on it as you talk to the live target market, real people, right? Okay. Being focused. Know the difference between pay time and no pay time. Pay time is when your target market people, right, are available to talk to. They're in their offices, they're available, okay? No pay time is when they're not available, all right? And this is really key, really key. Don't do revenue generating activities during no pay time, okay? Do the non-revenue generating activities in no pay time. That's when to clean the company bathroom. That's when to mess around with your website or fiddle with your copy during no pay time, okay? And don't confuse being busy with being productive. The two are not the same thing, okay? Very, very critical. Busy and productive are not the same thing, all right? I like to think about being productive as moving the ball down the field. Even if it's just a tiny amount today, we move the ball down the field. That's being productive. Being busy is just, well, I got my checklist and I checked everything off. I did it all. Yeah, but was it effective? Did any of that move the ball down the field? I don't know, right? I can be incredibly busy and not productive at all. All right. Set a specific money target and go for it. I have a free training of about 45 minutes talking about how to create your business growth plan. Everything that you would possibly need is in there. It's free. Okay. I used to charge $500 an hour for this thing, and you can just get it. And of course, because I don't charge for it, people don't value it. All right. And that's your loss. You know, it's not mine. But that video is out there. It's linked to in the blog post on salestactics.org. I'll link to it in here as well, but you can just go find it. You know, this idea that, oh, I'm going to get into a business and I'm going to try and make as much money as possible, right? That's really dumb. Don't do that. Okay. Your subconscious needs a specific number, and you, as an intelligent human, need a specific number so that you can figure out the activity level you need to go out there into the world and do the things you need to do. Have enough conversations, talk to enough people to get the sales that you need in order to hit that money target. Okay. Now, I see people, and again, read on my blog or watch these videos about money tolerance. Okay. That topic of money tolerance, that I feel like I'm the only person in the world who covers it. What you think of as a lot of money. Okay. And that's this number. If it's an unconscious belief, it is going to push you around. You have no idea. Okay. If you're unconscious of this, it is totally driving your life. It's driving the car you drive, the place you live, where you shop, who you hang out with, and what you will try and sell and what you won't. Okay. And you need to get on that now. Okay. The worst thing is that these, sorry, girlfriend's texting me and we need to stop that because it's very distracting. So it's my fault for leaving the phone on. The worst part of it is, like, as a founder, you're responsible for everything now. You can't just go down to the company storeroom and pick up a pad of paper and some pens, even little things like that, right? Or a computer blows up. You can't just go to your boss and get a new one. Okay. You are responsible for everything now. And I don't think that these silly new founders in their wide-eyed excitement of starting a new business really understand that. And so I'm telling you, get it straight in your head. You need more cash than you believe right now. Okay. So whatever target that you come up with, double it at least. Okay. And maybe quadruple it. And there should be a gulp factor here. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. You come to me, I'm going to tell you the truth, whether it's unfriendly, unpalatable, you don't like it, I don't care. I care about the truth, capital T, the truth. Okay. That's where my loyalty lies. And there's a lot of whiners out there who don't understand and would rather be told a soothing lie. Well, you're not going to be in business very long if that's the case. You need more cash on hand than you can believe, and it should make you gulp. If you haven't experienced the gulp factor, I'm a nice person. I give and I give and I give. But there's a reality check here, okay? If you haven't experienced that gulp factor yet in the money target that you've got, you haven't set it high enough. That's your indicator right there, okay? Okay. You need, as an activity level, as a new founder, to set a goal to talk to at least 2 qualified prospects a day. And we've talked in this series about what a qualified prospect means. Need, budget, personality, fit. Okay. Check, check, check. All 3 of those things. If they don't have all 3, they're not qualified. What does that mean, Jason? It means you don't quote them. You send them along to somebody else. Okay. If you're not talking to at least 2 qualified prospects a day, you are bound for failure. By the same token, if you talk to 2 qualified prospects a day, that's 10 a week. Okay. That's 20 every 2 weeks. If you can't close 1 out of 20, that's 5%. You are very, very problematic as a human being. Okay. Like, you should just at the odds run into a laydown who wants to give you the money. Okay. This is the way to do it. Now, in order to get those 2 qualified prospects a day, you're going to need to reach out to like 50 to 100 people. to get to those two. And that's your goal. And there should be a rolling process, which I teach. Sales on Fire teaches it, right? The thing that's been supporting founders for, I don't know, 10, 12 years now, more. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a proven thing by now, you know, and it's linked to in every video here now. All right. You need to be talking to those people every day. As a founder, you need to concentrate on the 4 systems of every business. I'm talking to founders for years and they don't get it. They are not thinking about it this way, these 4 systems, okay? They're thinking in this very sloppy manner. Whatever tire fire comes up in front of them right now is the thing that they focus on. Lame, okay? You're a loser if that's the case. You're being led around by the nose if you're reactive like that. If you're firefighting all the time. You need 4 systems. Every business. I don't care whether you're a florist or an arborist or an electrician or an internet marketer or a guy selling professional services. Okay. Every business needs these things or it's not a business. It's just a hobby. Okay. You need lead generation. Where are these people coming from? Qualification, filtering them, the good from the bad. We know what a qualified lead is. I've told you 100 times. Closing. How do we turn some of these qualified leads into buyers? And fulfillment. Okay. How do I deliver what I said I would to these people who bought? Again, hardly anyone thinks this stuff through and writes it down. Okay. These are systems. They are made up of processes. How do you do it? Write it in plain language first. If English is your first language, write it down. How do I do my lead generation? Write it down. How do I do my qualification? Write it down. Technology is glue. Apply it last. Okay. I don't know how many times I've shared this, but my chief instructor back in the operations management program, 1994 to 1996, where my superpowers of work come from, talked to us about this. If you're putting a model airplane together, you don't put the glue in as you test fit the pieces first. Otherwise, you glue things together, it's wrong. You get glue all over your hands and you got a problem, okay? Technology is the glue. Apply it last. But you all rush out there to AppSumo and go, oh, what a deal. Oh, I'm going to buy this. It sounds cool. You don't know where it fits in. It's got to fit in somewhere in traffic or conversion. How's it going to make life easier for you in traffic or conversion? And how's it going to fit into your system? Is it actually plugging a hole, solving a problem for you? Or did it just look cool? Did the sales copy look cool? And you're never actually going to use it. There are some birds that are going nuts in my front yard. I don't know why. It's very distracting. Okay. Okay. And you need to remember that your business needs eyeballs, traffic, and sales conversion. Okay. So figure out where that fits in. Okay, final thought here, understanding something about sales. If you're broke and starting a new business, you're going to be nervous. And this is a real problem. You got to get out of that mindset because you're going to think, well, I can't hire anyone or I can't pay the fees that I'm asking for. So therefore, nobody else can. And that's like this subconscious belief that you're going to have. And you're going to bring that out into the world. Okay. Here's my big hint for you, and I didn't write it down in the article or anything like that or my response, okay? You have to get into the mindset of projecting one idea, okay? Here it is. It's normal to buy. Normal to buy. Normal to buy for me. People talk to me, they agree, they buy. That's the thought you have to plant around yourself. If you can't do that, probably won't succeed, okay? You'll set off all the little subliminal alarm signals and people will leave, all right? But there are, without a doubt, people out there right now who want to hand you your fee. They want to hand you the money. And for broke strugglers, this is like, it's impossible for them to understand, right? You really have to work on this. Get conscious of it, okay? We looked at the money tolerance thing. If you missed it, go to my blog or look for the videos on money tolerance here, okay? What you think of as a lot of money is not what these people think of as a lot of money. Okay. They just have a different standard. What I think of as a lot of money is different from what you think of as a lot of money. And yet you've been walking around with this number as an unconscious belief. You're not conscious of it until you look at it. Okay. And it is controlling so many things in your life. You have no idea until you work on it for like years. All right. But there is somebody out there right now going, gosh, I've got lots of money. I have this problem in my business. I can't deploy my marketing budget well because I hate Google Analytics, like logging into that platform or the Facebook ads platform. Just can't stand it. It makes my eyes cross. That's how I feel, by the way. And I'm supposed to be good at that stuff. Right. And, or, I want to design a new website. I've got a website. It's fine. But every time I look at it, I cringe a little bit because it's not representing me exactly the way that I want it into the, in the world. I really wish somebody would come along to take this problem off my hands and fix it for me. Okay. Get it into your head. They want that result more than they want the money. I think a lot of you guys think of business owners who are successful as Smaug the Golden, the Tolkien dragon, right? Sitting there on their pile of gold and blowing fire at people who come out. They don't want that. Money likes speed. Money likes being deployed. Money does not like sitting somewhere doing nothing. Okay. But if you're broke and struggling, it's very difficult to understand this. And the faster you can get into that mindset of it's normal to buy, I talk to qualified prospects and they hand me the money. It's not a struggle for them. They're not pulling money out of their operating expenses to give to you. They have it. They simply give you some. And they want that important problem to them taken care of. And if you can do that, if you can legitimately, competently handle that, they'll love you for it. Okay. You don't have to convince somebody into hiring you. You don't have to fool them into it. You don't have to force them into it. Okay. Just have conversations with qualified prospects. And as long as you're competent, be fine. I recommend that you go and print out the blog article on this and tape it up somewhere where you can see it every day and read it every morning. Okay. Because I'll tell you, the main thing is to keep the main thing, right? You've probably heard that quote. You probably have no idea where it comes from, but that's fine. Our memories are trash. Okay. I've got a great memory and it's trash. Right? It doesn't remember. It doesn't keep the main thing. I get distracted so easily, just like everybody else. That's why I need the tools in this book right here. Okay. And so do you. If you don't keep the vision, the instructions, the marching orders in front of you like that, it just goes away. And I'll tell you, every time that I haven't kept these principles in front of me over the years, it has led to trouble, right? I've stopped doing the outreach. I've gotten distracted with playing around with copy or offers or something like that, instead of having conversations with qualified prospects. Okay, get out there. Remember what I said at the beginning? You've probably already forgotten. Okay, the number one advice for new business owners: focus on revenue generating activities, which is conversations with qualified prospects. I'll bet you forgot that already. Okay, that's enough. I've been mean today. You need it. So do I. I'll see you soon.